BYD brought out the Seagull, their new electric sedan that would fight the Tesla Model 3. It's gotten good reviews, it's a good car, but it hasn't really taken off. Its sales have been very disappointing for the company, so they've discounted it. However, they've actually come up with a new strategy to try and get more people to buy it. This is what it is. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to everyone else. The BYD Seagull, it is considered to be BYD's international car. Along with the Dolphin and the Atto 3, they plan on selling these three cars in about 60 different countries around the world. However, the Seagull will probably sell pretty well in a lot of different countries. Not in Europe at the moment because it's priced quite high, but in China, where there's a lot of competitors in this medium-sized sedan market, including the Tesla Model 3, it's not really selling. Its sales have been quite disappointing. So BYD have reduced the price on two previous occasions. Well, now instead of reducing the price again, they've come up with a good strategy. It's a smart thing to do. So it makes it look like you're not reducing the price. Makes it look like there isn't some sort of problem with demand. Come up with a new model. Call it a different name. Price it lower. BYD has announced a new version of the Seagull. It's priced much lower than the previous base model, $27,400 US. Now, if you could get one for that price outside of China, wow, what a deal that would be, because this is actually a very good car. On the 5th of May, a Chinese media outlet revealed that a new base model of the Seagull will be launched on the 7th of May, as in, well, tomorrow. It's called the Champion Edition, and it costs $27,000 US. That's $3,300 less than the previous cheapest model, which cost, well, originally it cost around $33,000. Then the price came down to $30,000, and now, as you can see, the price is coming down again. Car News China says that BYD dealers have claimed the base trim will have an 11% lower price. However, it will have the same battery pack, 170 kilowatt electric motor that will drive the rear wheels, which is nice. It's not a front wheel drive, it's a rear wheel drive. That's a good improvement over some of its other models, which are front wheel drive. And it will also have basically the same battery pack, which BYD claims has insane energy efficiency. I don't think the claims are likely to be correct, but I mean, hey, you never know. When we get them in Australia or other countries, we can see if these claims are actually true. Unfortunately, we don't know a whole lot else about this base model, whether it'll come to Australia, New Zealand, or other markets that are expected to get the Seagull soon. I think it probably will, though. And it's clearly going to come with the same size battery pack, which gives this car around about 500 kilometers of range on the WT real-world cycle, that is. One of the big advantages of this car versus other models of EVs is that BYD basically copied Tesla's strategy, which was a good move, and I applaud them for doing that. They decided to use a structural battery pack, which means the car is much more rigid than other sedans, it's lighter, it's more efficient. The Seagull is actually bigger than a Tesla Model 3. It's 4.8 meters long, 1,875 millimeters wide, and 1,460 millimeters tall. So it's a little bit longer and a little bit wider. It's got a wheelbase of 2,920 millimeters. So that means it's 45 millimeters longer than the Tesla Model 3. Now, BYD says the intelligent torque control system of this car is amazing, and that each wheel speed and it can control each wheel speed by more than 50 milliseconds in advance. BYD says that the ITAC system allowed the Seagull to pass a moose test at 83.5 kilometers an hour, which is very, very fast. Now, we don't know if this is true, but if it is, then the handling of this car is brilliant. And I have seen some videos. I've talked to some people who have reviewed this car in person, and well, one of those reviewers was in China. Elliot said that the handling is excellent. The ADAS system is terrible. So one thing that you're going to get with this car, you're going to get a great battery pack. You're going to get a really good car. ADAS, not so good. This basically the software of these cars is not so great. One of the reasons for that is BYD CEO Wang Shanfu believes that artificial intelligence driving, as in robo-taxis, will never exist. He said it will never exist. No one agrees with him. I don't think any of the automotive industry believe that anymore. People did in the past. We all believe now that it's really inevitable. It's a matter of not if, but when. Anyhow, the entry-level has a 61.44 kilowatt hour battery, lithium iron phosphate blade battery, which is a really good battery pack. I don't believe the reports from YouTubers are correct that the blade battery is setting itself on fire. I've been sent emails from people, I've just been ignoring them because I don't believe it's true. The ternary batteries, on the other hand, yes. Ternary batteries, the plug-in hybrid EVs, I have seen there's been a few fires with them, but still, I would say the number of fires is very, very low. Now, if you want to pay more, if you want to pay around about $35,000 US, you can get a bigger battery pack with an 82.56 kilowatt hour size. That'll give the car a range, real world range of around about 650 kilometers, which is pretty good. That car actually is priced at $39,400 US in China. Now, the top trim level of the Seal is amazing. It's really fast. It's kind of like a competitor to the Tesla Model 3 Performance. It comes with a total power output of 380 kilowatt. It's around 490 horsepower, and it has an 82.56 kilowatt hour battery as well. Now, the top trim level of the Seal is four-wheel drive. It's got a motor at the back, motor at the front, and it has total power of 380 kilowatt, which is 517 horsepower. It's got the same large 82.6 kilowatt hour battery with a range of 650 kilometers. Real world, maybe 600, I'd say. Now, that model, the performance model, costs $41,900 US. Really, that's a bargain. I mean, what other cars can you buy for that price that have 517 horsepower, a motor at the front, a motor at the back, and have, some really nice other modern features such as structural battery pack. Now, to give you an idea of what has happened here with the Seal, Tesla initially changed the price, the base model price of the Model 3 to $33,500 US in China. BYD responded, discounted its car to around about $31,000 for the base model. Seal didn't really sell because it's only $2,000 more to get a Tesla. And people do still kind of have the impression that a Model 3 would probably be a better car than a Seal. Not everyone, but a lot of people do, as you can see by the orders of the Seal versus the Model 3. So that hasn't really helped. That's thus the reason we're getting this cheaper model. So really, I think this is awesome. I love this price war because it means really we all benefit from this. And also BYD are just saying to themselves, well, why are we trying to sell so many cars in China? Let's get away from this crazy price war and start delivering a lot more of our cars overseas. I think it's going to speed that up. It makes total sense, right? If you're a company, why would you want to keep discounting your cars, having to fight for sales? A lot of BYD dealers are offering discounts. It's well known, right? Why have to do that to this degree when you can just sell them overseas at prices that are above this price and sell heaps of them? The new base model, it's $6,000 US cheaper than the Model 3 base trim. That's a pretty big difference. That's what BYD are trying to do, have a point of difference. So that car now is 20% cheaper than the cheapest Model 3. I think it'll sell well now. That said, there's still a lot of sedans. I don't know why, but EV manufacturers have just made so many sedans. There's so many options. There's about 70 different electric sedans you can buy. And sedans are a shrinking market. They're a shrinking market everywhere, globally. Thus the reason that the Seal also, another one of the reasons that it's not selling that well. In April, BYD actually sold 6,212. But, I mean, the sales numbers have been up and down, but overall pretty low in comparison to the other EVs that it sells. I mean, keep in mind, you've also got, in addition to the Model 3, you've got the Xpeng P7, which is a brilliant car for the price. You've got the Chang'an Deepal SL03. Then you've got the NIO ET5. NIO said it's not going to compete on price with Tesla. Then it brings out the ET5. And NIO, are probably ignoring the fact that not only is the ET5 very affordable, it is the car they sell that makes up almost their entire volume. 64% of all cars that NIO sell are the ET5. That's been the case for the entirety of this year. What do you think, my friends? Would you consider buying one of these? Is this a car on your radar? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.